Lythic DAY1 Troweling Aid is a concrete finisher's new best friend. Spray it on, trowel it in. DAY1 extends finishing time by 15 to 45 minutes. Makes it easier to close. Lubricates the trowel, reduces drag and tearing. Slows premature drying, minimizes checking and crazing, and does not add excessive water. Slab A finished unloading at 11:09 a.m. Slab A will use no troweling aid and no water added. Scotty is on Slab A. Slab B finished unloading at 11:12 a.m. Slab B will have water added as much as the finisher wants. Jimmy is on Slab B. Slab C finished unloading at 11:15 a.m. Slab C will get DAY1 troweling aid sprayed on as much as the finisher wants. John is on Slab C. The concrete mix contains accelerators and is similar to the mix design used by the Missouri Department of Transportation for road repairs that need to be drivable within 3 hours. This stuff sets fast. Scotty on Slab A has no water or troweling aid. He's having trouble closing the holes. Not much cream is coming up. Jimmy on Slab B is using water to aid troweling. He's doing the edges now and will begin bull floating soon. John on Slab C started last. He's spraying on Lythic DAY1 as a troweling aid and curing agent. Scotty, with no water or Lythic DAY1, is having difficulty closing the holes. Jimmy, using water, is still trying to close up. He's got cream, but the concrete is setting up fast, and the low spots won't fill in. John, using Lythic DAY1, is catching up. The cream is coming up, and the surface is very workable.
You notice the drag on the bull float. I'm still trying to get it sealed up.
For me, after I sprayed it with Lythic, I've got it sealed up. I'm the only one that's able to sit here and talk to the camera, where these guys are still trying to finish up their product, save it before it gets away from them.
Scotty on Slab A, with no troweling aid of any kind, still has not managed to close the surface completely. It looks like he will not be able to. The float is sticking and tearing the surface. There are many small holes from aggregate that tore out.
With no water added, you can see that it's, the surface was tearing, pulling on me. I'm running my bull float several times. I basically have no finishing aid. The conditions outside are that it's very dry, basically pouring on plastic. I should get some bleed water, but with concrete being only a 3.5, 4-inch slump, very little bleed water came up to the top.
Jimmy on Slab B got water to aid troweling. He has closed it and he's putting a radiused edge on it, but it's reaching the end of workability. There are some low spots collecting water and they will remain. If control joints are needed, they will have to be saw cut later at extra expense.
I got to use all the water I wanted to use. With the water, sealed it up real nice. I got a real good finish. I've got a little dips and stuff in there that I couldn't get out. But the advantage or disadvantage of using water is I just ruined the top of it.
John on Slab C used DAY1 troweling aid. He started last, but finished closing and edging first, and had plenty of time left over for jointing and adding decorative effects. The substrate is setting up fast, and he has to chop the joints in. The surface remains workable. If there had been bad wind and sun conditions, he would have still had the time he needed to finish. John eventually put a decorative finish on half the slab before he quit. At that point, the surface treated with DAY1 was still workable.
I used lithic densifier on this day one, and I applied it twice, one during bull floating, and then once I had it sealed up, I applied it again to lay out the edge it, and I've still got time. I just got off that back half, and that was sitting there for at least 15 minutes, hadn't been touched, and I was still able to seal it up with a trial.
The leftover water and leftover day one were pumped back into the original 4-gallon bottles to measure how much had been used. About 1 gallon of water was added to slab B. About 1 quart of day one was added to slab C. Finish more easily, extend working time if you need it, make a smoother, harder surface with less effort, and improve the quality of the concrete. Day one. And day one is great for power troweling. Watch for the day one power troweling video coming soon.
It's like having another finisher on the job with you.